Interesting to see how Korea plays now that the tie is lost. Of course, this match would not have the same significance as had it been played on the first day, as the groups have been decided. So it'd be interesting to see whether the Koreans take their foot off the pedal, possibly saving this shuttler for the latter stages of the tournament.
You're happy with your thing?
And whoever said that there is a crisis in Malaysia as to who would follow Lee Chong-wei, well, maybe in singles, but in doubles, the likes of Tan Boon-hyung was looking on at a simply amazing performance. And the coaches of Malaysia can really congratulate themselves this evening as they made the right decision. And so we have the world number 102 here up against the world number 133. And that's what I was saying about the vast differences in experience that you have. This might be a very close match indeed. All of equal standards, of course. And here are our umpire and service judge, Kenny Hall from Australia, Pinda Sabawal from India. On the different scale, and it has to be said, you can kind of see into the decisions and strategies of the coaches. Had this match, this tie still been alive, they would have had to turn to Go Sun Huat, ranked 133rd in the world, to win them that final point. So really has been a fantastic day for Malaysia. In the same way, of course, Korea would have hoped that had it gone to 2-2, that this man, Hwang Jong, would have delivered the final point. As it is, the tie has been decided 3-1. Now it's a question of whether it will be 3-2 or 4-1. We're just about ready to get underway for this final match. And for both these teams, their final appearance in the round-robin phase. That other matches, while these two players are warming up, I can tell you, the Germany-India tie, which is the consolation tie for Group C in the Thomas Cup, is currently poised at 2-2. That's where most of the noise and energy is coming from. The Malaysian women team made short work of the German women team. That tie is over, and it is currently 3-1 and a victory already for Japan over Denmark on court 1. And here we go. How amazing would it be if Go Sun Huat, ranked 133rd in the world, can pull off what we will now call a go in tan. Sure, they'll settle into their points. Nice cross-court into the, near enough the back line, and that's got go off to his start. A rather early shuttle change. Incredible amount of shuttles, of course, used throughout all these tournaments, these international tournaments. They might have a different flight path to the average ball used in any other racket sport, but I'll tell you one thing, their durability is a lot less. There are literally thousands of shuttles used at these events. All of the highest quality. So 2-2. So far a nice easy ambling game. Perhaps a chance for Go Sun Huat and Hwang Jong to just maybe practice on their games as they move into the quarterfinal stage. They may yet be called on in future ties to deliver points for their country. And a little bit of practice loud atmosphere cannot do you any harm. 3-all.
Predicted. 4-3.
Is closer and closer. Again, that noise you're hearing, though it was perfectly timed to the actions of Huat, is for the India-Germany match happening on the other side of the court. Sure, it was just drowning out the shouts of support that Go's been getting from his own teammates, who might actually have lost their voices based on that last doubles match. And that's long. Pushing our way through the points. 5-4. Always good to work your singles. You can see far more relaxed than the Malaysian coaches. Job done today. And even their final single shot, as I said, is just 3 points ahead. And has to be said, these final ties are purely for pride and maybe a little practice. He knows full well the last thing you would like to have is a fatigued and obviously injured player to come off this match, which does not have the same significance as some of the other round-robin stage matches, as the draws, or the groups rather, have already been calculated. Once again, Indonesia earlier this morning made it 3 wins in Group A over Thailand. China, just yesterday I believe it was, 3 wins over France, i.e. Indonesia first, Thailand second in Group A, China first, France second in Group D. Japan have now won their tie in the Uber Cup, and Malaysia have won the Group C in the Thomas Cup. And a good range of shots being shown here by Go. Beautiful. Cross court. Doesn't really need to be happy. He's already going to be seeing the other side of the week. I can tell you now that the final group order will be this evening, as Japan will be taking on Denmark in Group B. And that's win for India, a host nation. First time the Thomas Cup and Uber Cups have been played in India, which, if you do look back though, badminton is credited as an English, British invention. It was traced back to the city of Pune in the 19th century, so really it is badminton returning home on the highest level. There are, of course, the India Open and India Grand Prix Goals, and a lot of other tournaments that are played, which has merited the use of the DDA squash and badminton auditorium here at the Sri Fort Sports Complex. But for the Thomas and Uber Cups, the World Cup of Badminton, to be here, that is rather special indeed. Back to the game, 10-7, we're 1 point off. Sorry, correction, we are at the midway point, and it's continuing good news for Malaysia, 11 points to 7. Still getting a bit of advice from his coaches. Both players. So far, Malaysia continuing their good run. What a tie it's been for them. Look at that scoreline.
11-7.
Clinched and top of the group. A tough group to be in, of course, with the host nation India having all that extra support behind them. Germany with the likes of Huat, Zwiebler.
Service over. 8-11.
And his compatriots wouldn't have been an easy opposition at all. Michael Fuchs. But they came through all of them 4-1, and at this rate they might just notch up another 4-1. That's beautiful. 12-8 now.
12-8.
And the 133rd ranked player in the world is currently edging the 102nd ranked world ranked player, which you might think is impressive. But when I tell you that the unseeded doubles pairing just before this match took out the world number 4s in straight games, that's impressive. 13-8. 13-8, and everything looking rather cushy for the team in yellow. As I said, only 3 countries, nations, have actually won the Thomas Cup, and each of them, when they first entered the Cup, and those 3 are Malaysia, China, and Indonesia. Malaysia first won it. They were the inaugural winners, in fact, in 1949, 1952, and 1955, when they were known as Malaya. Indonesia then just had their own 3-peat, 58, 61, and 64. Malaysia again in 67. And then it was just Indonesia and China until 1992, when in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, Malaysia managed to win again over Indonesia. And that was the last time that Malaysia have lifted the Thomas Cup. And wouldn't it be something special if, led by the icon that is Lee Chong-wei, this group of shuttlers could bring it home again.
11-13.
Korea, on the other hand, have been there and thereabouts. They were semi-finalists